It's just a matter of factors which lead to the turning on of some genes, turning off of other genes. And who controls that? God. And one of the signs that he leaves amongst us are who? The albinos. You know the albino or albino? You'll see somebody from Africa, you know, from a tribe. There's one friend of mine, a Sudanese. You know, his parents are black, his grandparents are black, his wife is black, and he is white as snow. So much so his eyelashes are white. You see, this is how? This is genetic. It has to do with the genes. So Adam, when Allah created him, and this is something that the Prophet ﷺ alluded to, when he said that when Adam was being made, and he was made from clay, the angels gathered from all over the earth different amounts of dirt. Some of it white, some of it brown, some of it black. As we have all this variation in the colors of the earth, in the earth itself, that was all brought together in the creation of Adam.
Jazakallah.
Right here.
I hope that answered your question. Now I'll go to the microphone in the back.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nawaz Satwilkar and I am an electronic engineer working at Siemens. My question is, here in India we have a concept of Sayyids. They claim the ancestry to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they say that Sayyids marry only Sayyids, or the other concept is like the Sayyids never has to be given zakat. So please throw some light on this.
Okay, our brother has asked about a concept amongst Muslims, especially in the subcontinent, regarding people who are given the label of Sayyids, Sayyid, with the claim that they are descendants of Prophet Muhammad's family. This is the claim. Of course, any such claim, first and foremost, we say, must be supported by evidence. Please trace your ancestry right back to the Prophet ﷺ for me. And most of these people, in fact, 99.99% of these people cannot do that. They can't trace it back. It's just a claim which was made a few generations back, and people accepted it and it was handed down. That's the first point. Really, it is false in most cases. Secondly, the idea that only Sayyids marry Sayyids, that is also false. Even if we accept them as being from the family of the Prophet, descendants of the Prophet's family, the idea that they only marry amongst each other, that is false. Islam doesn't support that at all. Tribalism. And that's what the Prophet ﷺ said, Man da'a ila al-asabiyya falaysa minna. Whoever calls to tribalism, to only my family, is not of us. So even the practice among some Muslims today in ignorance, where they say you cannot marry outside of our family. You know, as an Indian you can't marry a Pakistani, or even within, from Hyderabad you can't marry people from Tamil Nadu. You know, this is nonsense. This is completely outside of Islam. Islam is innocent from these kinds of beliefs and ideas. Completely false. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ demonstrated that when he married Zayd ibn al-Haritha, a former black slave, to Zainab, his own cousin, who was from top families of Mecca. He did it to demonstrate that those kinds of feelings and attitudes have no place in Islam. Third point, there are people who are from the family of the Prophet, may God's peace and blessings be upon him, among his very uncles, who Allah said are people of hell. Among his own uncles, much closer to him than any of the Sayyids today could possibly be, are people who have been designated as people of hell. So what does that tell us? Being a relative of the Prophet has no value. Before God, it has no value. You can be a disbeliever or a disbeliever. And truly, this is what happened. So, this practice or this belief is a part of the ignorance of Muslims. As Muslims drift away from the Islamic teachings, then these kind of racialist, tribalist, nationalistic feelings and ideas arise. This has historically been the way. When Islam is strong, the teachings are well known, people know it, then these feelings go down. They're satanic. No, as I gave the example from Iblis, Satan, refusing to bow, and his claim, know that the origin of racism is from Satan. It is a satanic belief. And tribalism is satanic. Human beings are one.
I believe we have a question from the sister side. Sister, would you please state your question? And your name, please, and profession.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mariam Sheikh. I'm student of Al-Mu'minah School. You mentioned in your talk that Zayd radiallahu anhu's name was changed to Zayd ibn Muhammad after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam adopted him. Muslims generally say that adoption is not allowed in Islam. Please clarify.
Okay, as I mentioned, when Prophet Muhammad, may God's peace and blessing be upon him, freed Zayd and adopted him as his son officially by changing his name to Zayd ibn Muhammad, that remained so until Muslims reached Medina. When the Prophet reached Medina and the legal system of Islam was revealed, then Allah corrected that and said, "Ud'uhum li'abaihim fahuwa aqsatu inda Allah." Call them by their fathers' names. That is more just in the sight of Allah. So his name was re-corrected and changed back to Zayd ibn al-Haritha, the name of his father. So according to Islamic law, a person's family name cannot be changed, even if he converts to Islam. For example, my name, oftentimes Muslims ask me, your name is Bilal Phillips. Sounds like you have a piece of this and a piece of that. You know? Half and half. If you want to be a Muslim, you should be Bilal Muhammad or something, you know? Why not? Well, the reality is that according to the Sharia, according to Islamic law, it is forbidden for anyone to change the names of their fathers, because the fathers' names indicates their genealogy. And when a person converts to Islam, he doesn't change his genealogy. His father is still his father.